based on a true story. That was the opening for the movie The Changeling that I watched over the weekend. The true stories sometimes shock people because they just, well, that can't really be true, you know, but it was. And the true stories in Montgomery County, well, we don't pay attention to them very well either. And I saw a parallel between the movie The Changeling with Clint Eastwood and some of the things that have happened in this community and even to me. When I said it was illegal that the city commission was having secret meetings, people looked at me like, no. And when I protested, they just hauled me off to jail. They didn't even know what to charge me with when they booked me. And the media seemed to think, oh, you know, there must be something wrong with him because he's, you know, this is the way we do things in Dayton. Well, we're starting to find out more and more about how things are done in Dayton. And those true stories should have you rather upset. The thing about The Changeling that upset me was the police department was corrupt and a woman had lost her child and they tried to give this woman a substitute child and told her she was wrong. Now, I've been telling people that there are things that are wrong here, and some of them have sort of been slipping out. The Reverend Trammell, you know, you're supposed to have your own tax-exempt number, and no, he was using someone else's, and they didn't catch it for years. Never mind the fact that he was not accounting for the money that he was being given to give to poor people. Then, let's go down the list. How about the recent article that I posted about Tony Capizzi's magistrate who decided to run against him? Mr. Capizzi only needed 50 signatures. If you were a socialist, you'd need 25. But the magistrate, Ralph Wilcoxon, needed 1,700. And once he turned 2,200 into the Board of Elections, true story, the Board of Elections, which is made up of Democrats and Republicans, no independents, found problems with enough of his signatures to rule him off the ballot. Mr. Capizzi fired him. True story. You can read the lawsuit on my site. There have been other things that the media has sort of overlooked. Over a year before the Dayton Daily News ever wrote a story about corruption at Cubase, I wrote about 17 different donations of $1,000 in the same week to Steve Austria's campaign fund. And there were other interesting donations. And it turns out those employees were told, you donate $1,000 each or you don't have a job here anymore. One of them sued. The rest paid up. And none of these people ever donated to political campaigns before or after again like that. One day, I had a visit from two men from the FBI. This was last summer. And I'm tired of waiting for them to do something about it. And I'm tired of living in secrecy because I don't really trust our government anymore to do what's right. The FBI showed up and started asking me questions about the no-bid contracts from the Dayton Development Coalition to Lori Turner's firm. That's Congressman Turner's wife. And I gave them the whole flow chart. I showed how everything was all tied together and interconnected. And I also pointed out the Cubase donations. Nothing's become of it. And yeah, there was a story finally in the Dayton Daily News. But true story, your tax dollars are being funneled to the friends of the Montgomery County monarchy. It's been going on for a long time. And we don't have a preacher with a radio station with the power to reach out to the masses anymore. All you're stuck with is someone like me and the internet. And I do my best to do this. But the media doesn't like what I'm doing or how I'm doing it. Because they can't control it anymore. I really want to know whose interests are being served. We hand out thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars to the favored business people. Just today I read that Taft's Atenius law firm just got $100,000 from the city of Dayton to move across the street. What are we going to do next? Offer to redecorate offices for people just because they say, well, we could move somewhere else? These are your tax dollars being handed over to the friends and family of the monarchy of Montgomery County. They did a study in the Dayton Daily News, and 43% of elected officials have family, immediate family, working for the county. It's throughout our county, and it's time to stop. This has been a true story. I'm David Esrati. I'm running for Congress, and one of the most important things I can do is put a stop to corporate welfare and crony capitalism and make sure your tax dollars go to government services for all of us instead of propping up the friends and the people who donate money to politicians. Go watch the movie. In the meantime, thank you for watching this.